Hello, everyone. So today I'm going to be talking about a very controversial topic, and I'll be talking about racism in Cambodia. So, firstly, I just want to put in records that, I have nothing against the Cambodian people and the culture. And in fact, I found, Phnom Penh city to be a very beautiful city. There are a lot of places, nice places to eat, and it's very beautiful with a lot of nice architectural designs, and it's a nice modern small city. Okay, so so I'm going to be talking about the racism in Cambodia, and this is not my first time to Cambodia. Before COVID, I have traveled to Cambodia, I think, 4 times, and post-COVID, I've been to Cambodia 2 times. So when I'm talking about Cambodia, I'm talking about Phnom Penh, the capital of Cambodia. And so I'm not very new to Phnom Penh. I have a fairly good idea as to how the city is, and I'm just gonna walk you through this PowerPoint presentation because I don't want to show my face because I don't feel comfortable presenting this topic with my face shown. Okay, so let's just go to the racism problem in Cambodia. Okay, so firstly, let's go step by step. The rude behavior. Number two, they 1,000% dislike Indian travelers and Indians in Phnom Penh. I myself am from India, and I'm an Indian passport holder, and it's not the first time. I've experienced this many times. Uh, the border racism. Now, when I'm talking about the border racism, I'm talking about the land border checks from Vietnam to Cambodia and also Laos to Cambodia. Okay, the border racism. Um, Fourthly, the dollar scam. Okay, um, so I'm going to get into details with the preceding slides. Shopping mall racism, which I've pretty much faced. Hotel racism. Yeah, if you're doing it with booking.com. Yeah, and if you're, especially if you're an Indian um, or Indian expat, Indian traveler, you're going to face this. Dating racism. Yeah. And finally, bar racism. Okay. So, my nationality is from India. I hold an Indian passport, so I'm going to be talking from my personal experience. I'm not from any other African subcontinent. I have a huge respect for people coming from Africa. I have huge respect for all nationalities. I don't care if you are white, pink, brown, yellow. I respect all nationalities. I'm an American educated guy, so I'm very open-minded. And yeah, I am originally from India. I love my country, and I also love Cambodia. But Cambodia has a problem with racism, which needs to be fixed. So let's first talk with about the rude behavior problem. Okay, especially towards non-white expats. And I'm going to be talking from my personal experience because I'm from India. So, like sometimes when I go to the shops, a local market, and if I want to buy things from the local market, especially the Cambodian ladies who are out there selling, they're not very interested to sell to you. In fact, even if you push them and if you say that, okay, I want to buy this, they will not show you any interest. They will be like as if they they will pretend as if you don't exist in that market, and they will very rudely tell you what the price is. So usually in other countries they would say it's $1, sir, or it's 2000 so and so, sir, or whatever. But here they will just speak in a very, very non-energetic way, like, 1000 khmer, 4000 khmer. You don't feel when they talk to you like this, you don't feel like you should shop from them. Okay. So, and they dislike if you're going to be coming to their stalls or if you want to pick up some street food or something. So they're not very interested to entertain you, especially if you're coming from India, because I am from India. So, you feel you feel kind of let down. You feel like they don't want to sell you and, just not being entertained. So, it would have been nice if they can talk, if they can be interested to sell you something or, just tell you out the price nicely. It's for 5,000 riyal, sir, or forget, sir, it's 5,000 riyal instead of 4,000 riyal, 3,000 riyal. You know what I mean, right? Okay, so this is the first one, the rude behavior problem, or, it's not changed. Number two, this is the big one, okay? They hate and dislike Indian travelers, okay? So now, recently there has been a big surge of an increase of Indian travelers traveling to Southeast Asia as the COVID restrictions have relaxed in Southeast Asia. So, as you know, that Indians, even including myself, we were stuck in our country for 2 years. We were unable to travel abroad. Indian people have a lot of money back home. Yes, it's a big country. There is a bit of inequality, but majority of the Indians, middle class, they have good amount of money to travel, and they're also very rich Indians. It's very normal to see a lot of fancy cars in big cities, in major cities across India. Now, the thing is that recently there has been an increase of Indian travelers going to Southeast Asian countries like Cambodia, Vietnam, Thailand, okay, which is quite normal. And it does not mean that we are all coming to misbehave. There are travelers who are coming with their families, or there are solo travelers who just want to explore this part of the region and, have a good memory when they go back to India. Now, the thing is, this is nothing new, but even before COVID, as I told you, I've traveled to Cambodia like four times, 5 times before COVID. They are not very India friendly. I'm really sorry to bring this up, but most of the Cambodians, they are not India friendly. In fact, they dislike India. There's a say, I think, in Cambodia that I think they tell their children, some of these Cambodian mothers in their villages, that if you see a snake and an Indian, kill the Indian first and then the snake. So I think that's really, really racist, because, if you had these kind of thoughts in America or in Western countries, you would be imprisoned in jail. So, they really hate and dislike Indians. They just dislike them in all walks of life. Say, for example, if they want to go to a restaurant, or if they want to go to stay in a hotel, they have that in their blood that, you just dislike Indians. Indians are dirty, smelly, which is absolutely untrue, because majority of the Indians, they keep themselves very hygienic. I myself keep myself very hygienic, and, maybe a 1% maybe may not be that much hygienic, but, don't generalize all Indians to be dirty, smelly, cheap dogs, bastards, snakes in Cambodia. I think that is a very, very wrong move to go if Cambodia wants to progress as a nation. Okay, so the third one is the border racism towards Indian nationals. So, like I told you, that post-COVID, there has been an increase of Indian travelers and also Indian bloggers traveling to Southeast Asia, especially Cambodia and Vietnam. Now, you can see over here, I've taken some screenshots of, famous vloggers, who have a lot of subscribers, like I'm talking about over 100,000 subscribers. They are being deported from Cambodia, or how rudely the Cambodian immigration officers treat Indian nationals with Indian passports or deny them entry at the border, just because they are Indians, just because they have Indian passports. That is so racist. Okay. And the $5 note which you see over here is the coffee money, the corruption money, which the immigration officers like to extract from Indians. Okay. Because they think Indian people have money, so ask them for money right away when they enter Cambodia. That is so racist. Okay. You can go through these videos on YouTube. I've kept these screenshots. Now, on the top right, you see some of these bus service companies, which are also racist, because most of these bus service companies, like Kumo Samco Travel, which operates from Vietnam, Cambodia, vice versa, and even one more bus service, they have these bus conductor workers. They have tie-ups with these independent visa border agents. Now, when you board these bus and when they know that you're an Indian national having an Indian passport, they will treat you very poorly. I've even had experience where one of those conductors had pushed me physically down out of the bus so that I would run quickly to the border to get my Vietnam visa stamp from Cambodia. This was before COVID. Of course, right now everything is e-visa. Um, so a couple of, and they're all stage actors. Okay, so they have tie-ups with some of these, border security agents and everything, and they'll treat you poorly. They will not communicate properly with you. They will treat properly, the local Cambodians, Vietnamese, and even foreigners coming from Western countries or having Western passports or any other country nationality. But when they see you that you're an Indian national, they'll treat you very poorly. They will not communicate properly with you, and they'll treat you like a dog, basically. So, so this is one bus service, which, and I don't use this anymore. Um, Useless Indian embassy in Cambodia. Okay. The embassy in Cambodia is absolutely useless because remember I showed you a while back, famous Indian YouTube blogger denied entry to Cambodia from Laos. They tried to contact the Indian embassy in Cambodia. These people, they don't pick up the phone calls. Okay. Now, this is true because the Cambodian Indian embassy in Cambodia, they are least helpful to help Indian citizens who are in problem in Cambodia or who are stuck in the border between Cambodia and Laos or Cambodia and Vietnam. They will not help them. Okay, look at this. Look at the fancy ambassador having lavish parties. And all these YouTube videos of them, trying to show that India and Cambodia are right now the next level and everything. But the ground reality is that there's so much of racism against Indian nationals in Phnom Penh, especially in Cambodia. And at the border, Indians are treated so poorly by these bus companies and by these border guards. What are we talking about? All these fancy, lavish parties and everything, but you don't even pick up the phone. Okay, so it's disgusting. And check out the review of the Indian consulate in Cambodia. Check out the Google reviews, then you know what I'm talking about. Okay, right. So like I said, I have also traveled using a couple of these bus companies from Cambodia to Vietnam. Okay, so I just came back to Vietnam yesterday and to Ho Chi Minh from Cambodia using this lousy bus service. Okay, and I even wrote a review. I said that I'm not happy with your service. I was treated very poorly in the bus service traveling back and forth to Cambodia from Vietnam. The bus conductor is nicely providing instructions to remaining Cambodians, Vietnamese, and other foreign passengers. Just because I hold an Indian Ando, which is a Vietnamese, say for India, an Indian passport, I'm being treated super poorly. I will not recommend Indian travelers using the service. Simply very pathetic. Stop this level of discrimination in bus line services. For Indian nationals traveling to Cambodia or coming back to Vietnam or going to Laos from Cambodia or coming from Laos to Cambodia, whatever. Okay, you got to stop this discrimination. Okay, and on the right you will see that this is the name of the guest house, which is Sok something. Okay, on the right. Now they have a restaurant where this bus comes. It's not the first time, but couple of times if you take the bus and stop over there in this restaurant if you're entering Cambodia or if you're exiting to Vietnam, but you're still in the Cambodia border. You'll come to this restaurant, and the restaurant is on the left. Oh my God, they're so racist. Okay, if they see an Indian passenger traveling and getting out of the bus, they will not serve you properly. You know, I have seen these people working in the restaurant. They're smiling at white foreigners and other expats, but when you go and when you ask for some rice and some chicken, they will not even give you attention. They are so fucking racists. Okay. So remember that restaurant, which is located in this location. Okay. They are so racist towards Indians. They think Indians are dogs. They'll treat them like rats. Okay. So they're very racist. Okay. They don't have any manners to talk as the worst form of racism I've ever faced yesterday in this restaurant. It's not the first time. I've faced it a couple of times when I came to Cambodia. They come to this restaurant, okay, the guy is extremely racist, and I think the lady and all are just not willing to serve you. Extremely racist towards Indian travelers, okay? Remember this, okay, if you're an Indian. Okay, so number four, the dollar scam, okay? Now, I told you that I've been to Cambodia many times. Now, I have an idea of what are the banking systems. There are many ATM machines in Cambodia. Okay. Now, if you're an Indian, because I'm an Indian, right? If you're having an Indian bank account, okay, even if you're having like HDFC or whatever it is, these are top banks. Okay. Now, most of these ATM machines, which I've put them in the picture, they will not take out small dollar money. Okay. You can't even take out $50. Forget it. Minimum you have to take out $100. And guess what? Why it's a scam? Because they're charging $5. They're charging $5 just to take out $100 bill. Okay, you can charge $2, you can charge $3, but you're charging $5. And most of the ATM machines in Cambodia, they don't recognize an international debit card if you are an Indian citizen. Okay, they just don't recognize. So most of the ATM machines, they're actually associated with the Chinese banks. Okay, so if you're coming from China or if you're having a debit card from a small Chinese village, oh my God, you can take a lot of money without any fees. Okay, this is the problem. Okay, with these banks in Cambodia in Phnom Penh. They will charge you high withdrawal fees like $5. Oh my God, that's crazy. I tried, if I take out this kind of money with Vietnamese bank, I think maximum I will be paying like $2 for withdrawal fee. But these guys will be charging me $5. Okay. Then the $10 scam. Okay, wow. So what happens is when I take out the $100 from an ATM machine, and if I arrive first to Cambodia and I take a tuk-tuk and say, he will take me to a money exchange place, and there are these ladies with having stacks of Cambodian money, reals, and everything. They look at the dollar and then they will say, "Sorry, we don't accept this. Something is wrong with the dollar." What the fuck? I just took it out from the ATM machine right now, and you're saying you don't accept it. He said, no, there is some blue color on the dollar. That's how the new dollar looks, you dumb dumb. Okay, so and then it's just like pathetic. Okay, so they don't accept, and okay, and then and they say, okay, we'll give you back some change in Cambodian reals. Okay, do that. Okay, because the local currency of Cambodia doesn't have much of value internationally. So I'm sorry to say this. Okay. Anyway, so this is the dollar scam. Okay, remember, you cannot take out $50 comfortably in an ATM machine in Cambodia. And especially if you're if you're coming from India and if you're having Indian international debit card, okay. Um, then the $10 scam, okay. So say for example, you have a fresh $10 bill in your wallet, and if you're going to a shop or a Starbucks, and you just give it to that person. And it's happened to me, okay. It's happened to me in one of the Starbucks places here in Phnom Penh. I know the $10 was nice. As soon as I give it to him, he will look at it for 4 or 5 minutes, and what he does is he tampers with the money. He will tear the $10 a bit from the base, and then he will say, sorry, we can't take this money. Because I'm telling you, some of these shops, they will tamper with your $10, okay? Or if you're giving some dollar money, which is more than $5, okay, be very careful. Some of these Cambodian people, they tamper with your money, and then they will say, as, oh, we don't accept this money, okay? So, and there goes your $10. Then you will not have, because some they tamper with the money. Okay, so be very careful. Honestly speaking, if you're in Cambodia, try to avoid using dollar as much as possible. Use $5. That's fine with me. But anything more than that, just use in reals. Okay, Cambodian reals. Okay, and get used to how much is the value of Cambodian reals in $1, $10, $20. Use apps like xe.com. Okay, so try to avoid using dollars as much as possible. Okay, because there's a huge dollar scam happening in Cambodia. Okay, in Phnom Penh. So be careful of this. All right, so shopping mall scams. Okay, so oh, look at this. The shopping mall, sorry, not scam. The shopping mall racism. Okay, in few selected malls. Okay. Okay, now, as I told you, I'm coming from India. I'm giving my personal experience. Okay, the biggest mall in Cambodia, okay, in Phnom Penh, Aeon Mall. Okay, oh my God, the moment you go inside the mall, you try to visit any shop, they're not willing to serve you. Okay, they just look down on you. Okay, so you don't feel welcome in the mall. You don't feel comfortable. There's another mall which I had been to, the Eden Garden. Okay, mall. Okay. I wrote something in Khmer language using Google Translate because what it means is stop racism in your mall. Okay. I didn't write that in English. I translated that in Khmer language. Okay. If you can't treat nationalities coming from other countries properly and only entertain Caucasians, white people, then how will your country progress? Okay, so there's a mistake with the spelling. Okay, this is very nice mall, but just did not get the vibe of being welcomed here. Period. Okay, yeah, it's so sad, like you go to these nice, good malls and you're wearing a good dress, you're walking around, but you will not feel comfortable because most of these sellers and these ladies and these shops, they are just trained to treat other foreigners nicely. But if they see, oh, you're from India, oh, fuck, I don't want to treat you properly. Even if you go to Starbucks, they will not be friendly to you when they serve you drinks. Okay, so I'm not saying all the malls in Phnom Penh. I did find a few malls in Phnom Penh which are very new and they are nice. Okay, they are with friendly staff. They are nice. But these two malls, I'm sorry, I didn't have a good vibe. Okay. Okay, now number six, hotel racism. Okay, now, firstly, wherever I travel in Southeast Asia, I always use Booking.com. Okay, now because I am a level 3 member with Booking.com, I get a lot of discounts and deals. So when I travel to Southeast Asia, especially Cambodia, I try to select a good hotel, and I like to stay for a very short time, like 3 nights or something like that, but in a good hotel. Okay, I just imagine, you look at these nice pictures of these hotel rooms from booking.com on the left, and then when you book them and when you come there, oh my God, they start creating problems. Okay, firstly, maybe you may have a root staff, okay, receptionist lady, and they'll give you a room. You go inside. Oh my, the room is not the same as the picture. Okay, and then the problem starts. Okay, you will start having no Wi-Fi. You will have an electricity problem in the hotel, water leaking from the air conditioner, poor rooms, bed bugs, and the list goes on. And sorry to say, Booking.com is the most fucked up hotel booking site because they will not assist you. Okay. And what happened in my case is I'm not going to name that hotel. I booked that hotel, and immediately that same night, the hotel canceled my booking with Booking.com, stating that it's a no-show. Well, hello. I came to your hotel. I paid $150. Okay, for 3 nights, and and now you're canceled my booking. Anyway, I didn't want to argue with them. But Booking.com, you got to be careful. Okay, I don't know about Agoda, but be very careful if you're booking through Booking.com in Southeast Asia. Okay, these guys are scams. Okay, and but if you're doing it with Airbnb, that's a different story because Airbnb is a bit more strict, and I never had any issues with Airbnb. So if you're doing it with Booking.com, be very careful and don't book cheap or for I would say book only hotels which are like really like 4-star, 5-star hotel with Booking.com. Then you have less of problem. But be careful with these guys, okay? So there's a hotel racism, and if they know that you're from India, when you give them the Indian passport, they may not give you the same room. They will give you loud, noisy guest neighbors who will be there, and some of them are stage actors, okay? Maybe your hotel room is bugged. Maybe somebody from the hotel is pretending to be a guest that's living next to you and screaming around in that room or running around the staircase, creating a lot of noise. Or the cleaning lady, she's very rude. She does not have any smile on her face or whatever. So stop this bullshit racism, okay? This hotel racism here in Cambodia, especially Phnom Penh. Okay, dating racism. Okay, so if you are a solo, if you're a solo expat, and if you are going to be using these two sites, especially Badu and Tinder, well, Badu is a bit more easier, but remember, a couple of these dating sites, based on your nationality, they will put a very strong filter, okay, so that you will not get matches with hot Cambodian girls, you will not get matches with hot Asian girls, okay, and they may give you some lady, with a match who's like having a lot of pimples on her faces, or she may be a old hag or whatever. So be careful of these dating sites. And I've had issues with these. Like say for example, if I want to meet up with somebody, that person will not show up or just say bye bye if she knows I'm from India or I'm busy now. Okay, because most of these Cambodian girls, they worship white people like hell. They're even ready to kiss their shit. Okay, so be careful. These dating racism is a lot in Cambodia, especially in Southeast Asia. Okay, so remember, I'm busy, bye bye, or you're supposed to meet a person at Starbucks and she does not show up or something. So it's happened to me many times. It's not only one instance. Okay, and of course they dislike Indian people, so they don't prefer to date Indians, okay, Indian men, because they have a very, very bad perception about Indian men, that they're smelly, dirty, they're lousy bastards and all that, which is absolutely untrue. Maybe one person could be like that, but I think it's absolutely untrue. So, so the Cambodian girls, if you're young and single, or if you're looking for loved ones, if you're looking for someone special, then don't just spar out Indian people from these apps. Okay, so this is dating racism, bar racism. Finally, bar racism phenomenon. Okay, now I have been traveling to Cambodia a few times. I told you like 7 times I've been there. Most of these bars at the riverside, okay, they will cater blindly to white people or other Asians, but if you're an Indian, they will look at you as a dog. I have even seen these white backpackers. Look at this guy. He doesn't even have a shirt on. Okay. And he's sleeping out there, and they just make him feel so comfortable. But if I'm an Indian brown skinned guy, if I'm going to be lying down over there, I'll be kicked out in 2 seconds. Okay. Because I dress well, I wear branded clothes. But even if I go to these bars and I can even spend easily $20 or $30 in a bar, I will still not be allowed because of my skin color, because I'm from India. So a bar racism is a lot in Phnom Penh, especially in the riverside. Okay, they're just white focused. If you're white, oh my God, you're gonna get any lady in the world. But if you're Indian, you'll be treated like a dog and shit. So it's just really a sad reality. Okay, and most of these white backpackers, maybe they will be working in factories in their home countries, because I have worked in the factory when I was in Australia, and I know how these dudes look. But when they come to Southeast Asia, like Thailand, Vietnam, Cambodia, they're treated like king. I think that's really ridiculous. So I think the mindset of the Cambodian people and the bar owners need to change if they really want to increase their tourism post-COVID, okay, in Cambodia. So how to fix all this racism problem in Cambodia, okay? Firstly, the Cambodia TV media, okay? You need to address this problem. Okay, so these are a couple of these media channels over here, even in the news, or whatever it is. You got to address the core of the problem. You cannot just be closing your eyes and saying, oh, Cambodia is becoming developed now, we're having so many fancy cars and ATM machines and shopping malls. You cannot close your eyes. You got to give the reality that there is a big racism problem going on in Cambodia, especially in Phnom Penh. Okay, address this in the media. Okay. Number two, social media awareness. Okay, you got to aware people. Especially people using Facebook. Telegram is very popular in Cambodia, TikTok, and everything. Let people know that there is no room for racism. Everybody needs to be treated equally and nicely. It don't matter if you're coming from India or wherever. Okay, you cannot just worship China people. Okay, just because they're investing in your country. India is doing pretty well, and there's so much room for investment for India and Cambodia. So you have to also respect Indian nationals. Okay, so that also you need to look into. And finally, the biggest one is announcement from the king and top leadership, if possible. People in Cambodia worship the king of Cambodia. Okay, so if there can be a short message from the king saying that Cambodia has no space for racism, there should be no racism in Cambodia at any level, or else strict action will be taken against those people, namely bars, hotels, shopping centers, or whatever. Zero tolerance racism in Cambodia. You know, that will make a huge difference for all of us, for especially for foreigners who are non-whites, especially for travelers coming from India. We're not coming only for sex tourism. We're not interested for that. We're coming to see your beautiful country and to invest in your country, to shopping. We come with our families. So don't have a bad perception about Indian people coming to Cambodia. Okay, and even the president of Cambodia, should address that. And finally, I just want to say that there's also this thing going about Indians coming to Cambodia using air travel, and they are immediately asked to show $500 from their wallet. That is so racist, because this does not happen in Thailand or Vietnam. So please stop this rubbish of showing $500 you need to have in your wallet. We can even have it in our bank accounts. Okay. So and then why are you doing a visa on arrival for Indians? Let's stop it then. Okay, if you're disliking Indians to come to Cambodia, cut out ties with India. Stop this visa on arrival. Then let's keep that as simple as possible. But if you really want to change this, let's stop asking Indian people, Indian travelers, to show $500 from their wallet after they immediately exit, they come out of the aircraft, or the Vietjet lady pretending she's an immigration officer checking an Indian passport before, when the Indian passenger traveling from Thailand to Cambodia or Vietnam to Cambodia. I think that is absolutely racist, because she's not a trained immigration officer. or the harassment from these airport immigration officers, like, oh, where will you travel next? Do you have money, $500? Take it out from your wallet now. Or, how come you're traveling to this country or that country? So stop keeping a low esteem, a low perception about Indian nationals traveling to Cambodia. So I really hope you found this presentation to be useful. If you like watching this video, please make sure to like and subscribe to, make sure to like and share this video.